You're listening to Reza Riffs with Keith Reza and Alan Lee, right here on LA Talk Radio.
Hey, Rifters, welcome to the show. Keith Reza with my Nightwing to my Batman. You're supposed to introduce yourself because I always fuck up your name.
Dude,
Let's start over.
And then you just stuttered. It's fine.
My Nightwing to my Batman.
Victor Pachecho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
How are we doing the hiccup so early in the episode? And then we already recorded the podcast, and that fucking came out pretty fucking good. And we're just hiccuping right now in the front just to get all the bad shit out up front. But
because we, and when I say we, I mean mostly me, but I'm adding you in it so I don't sound like a loser. We're fucking idiots.
We're fucking idiots. All right, yeah.
Anyways, we got a great show coming on with the great Geoffrey Blake. You see him in Young Guns, Forrest Gump, and Contact. You ready?
Let's do this, baby.
Let's do it.
You're listening to Reza Riffs with Keith Reza and Alan Lee, right here on LA Talk Radio.
That guy.
We'll see what happens. Hey, it's me. I'm that guy. All right.
So Geoffrey, let's talk about your teaching, because now you're also acting, but you're also teaching now.
Right. And I'm an actor who teaches. I'm not an acting teacher, and there's a big difference. Because acting teachers are usually these kind of blowhard dudes.
They can't act, right?
Well, no, they just think they know everything, and do it my way. I was blessed to have two really great mentors as acting teachers, and they were the premier acting, and one still is. So I had an acting teacher named Peggy Fury at a place called the Loft Studio in Los Angeles, and we were all in our 20s. You had to be invited to be in the space. It was a sister studio to the Actors Studio, so we were also members of the Actors Studio. And in that class alone, Peggy and Bill were their name. Peggy Fury, Bill Traylor, taught together. They were a husband and wife. And that class alone was, I feel like junior varsity in this class, but it was me and Sean Penn and Chris Penn and Nicolas Cage and Johnny Depp and Forrest Whitaker and Anthony Edwards, Eric Stoltz, and Michelle Pfeiffer, Meg Ryan, Meg Tilly, Jennifer Tilly, Kira Sedgwick. That was just Lily Tomlin. That's just Laura Dern. She was in that class too. So that's just to name a few. Tom Shadyac, the comedic, the director of all the Jim Carrey. Jim was there a little bit. Jim Carrey came in and out.
And this is before Lily Tomlin found out she can't act, right?
She was developing her one-woman show at that point.
Oh,
okay. Angelica Houston was in that class too. So needless to say, that's a pretty impressive teacher.
Yeah.
And we've all
Super impressive.
It was based on the, pretty much based on the method. And I teach the method. I also teach Stella Adler. I teach Uta Hagen work as well. And obviously all that comes from Stanislavski. And then my teacher after Peggy died unceremoniously in a car crash because she had narcolepsy and should not have been driving. I went on to an acting teacher named Larry Moss. And Larry to this day is probably the premier acting teacher alive. He wrote a great book called Intent to Live, about an acting book. He's a great teacher of the discipline and the craft of acting. So during the pandemic, I just decided that, and I had open heart surgery about 5 years ago, or kind of Bill Paxton and I had it at the same time. Unfortunately, Bill passed away. But it kind of struck me that there's a need to teach and mentor young actors in the discipline and the craft of acting that I so believe in.
Right.
And so just during the pandemic, I just put it out there in a strange place called Clubhouse, and started inviting actors to come take workshops with me on Zoom, like we are right now. And it started with like 10 actors. And then by the time about 6 months into the pandemic, and then in conjunction with that, on Friday nights, I would do a thing called the Working Actors Journey, kind of like what we're doing right now. And I would just invite people onto Zoom that, that I knew, and that, the Jeffrey Dean Morgan and people like that, and directors. And we'd sit down and just, have a few beers and smoke some weed and just talk about acting. Right. And then people would come from social media, from the Clubhouse, from Instagram, from whatever. And I started to build a class, and then it started out with like 10 students, and it started out one night a week on Mondays. And now over the 2 years of the pandemic, I have hundreds of students.
Wow.
And and they're great. And every 5 nights a week. And they come, and we do scene work, and we do monologue work, and we do exercise work from the actor studio, getting sense memory, things that get you in touch with your body, in touch with your emotions, in touch with script analysis, in touch with blood memory, which is that when you know what you are and what your blood memory is, then you utilize that within the building of characters. For example, the young man Michael, who's autistic, we really focus in on making that a strength, making that something that sets his characters apart, that sets his unique learning difference, his unique life difference, that gives him a really wonderful, like he's doing Biff in Death of a Salesman right now.
Whoa, that's a big part.
Yeah, he's great in it. But when you come at that part, and he does it as an autistic man, and he applies that to Biff, it makes it even another really interesting layer. And he's heartbreaking in it. It's great. And then he's doing Lenny in Of Mice and Men, which I believe Steinbeck actually wrote an autistic man in that and just didn't know it.
Right.
And so my son goes to an LD school, so my son is a severely dyslexic. The school he goes to, there's people in spectrum, there's people, with severe ADHD, there's people with all kinds of different learning differences. But I teach, I'm probably the most kind teacher that is not one of these bombastic acting teachers. That's why I say I'm not an acting teacher. I'm an actor who teaches. And I don't think of them as students. I think of them as colleagues. Yeah. Because the fact of the matter is that, I'm still very much an active. I can act whenever I want to act, fortunately. Obviously not during the pandemic because there was nothing to act in. I come to them with just kindness and respect and through almost divine inspiration in a way, guide them into using their strengths to create the characters. We only do theater. There's no, I'm a true believer to grow as an actor. Theater is what you want to be working on because the writing is just so much more richer and the writing is so much more deep. And it's it takes years to write a great play. And and in television and film, a film's written in 6 weeks, television is written in 10 days. So, so the character, the nuance, the subtlety are not as profound as theater is. So,
unfortunately, whenever I get like auditions and stuff, because I think I started doing stand-up comedy because I want to be an actor, and I used it as a tool to get into acting. Right. But the only auditions I get are usually for, like, the last one I had was for this Amazon show called On the Spectrum. Mm-hmm. It was about people on the spectrum, and I didn't want to audition for it because I thought that wasn't acting. You know what I mean? Like,
of course it is. You absolutely. I mean, I absolutely act. I mean, there's what is the wonderful show that's on that my friend Mikey Rappaport's on? What's it called? So good. He has an autistic son in it. Who's the lead?
Atypical.
Atypical. Yeah. Atypical. That's a brilliant show. Jennifer Jason Leigh is great in that show. Yeah. She was in Larry's class as well. I mean, she was in Peggy's class as well.
Yeah. So yeah. And then so my other question is do you have any cool Christopher McDonald stories?
Okay. Uh, yeah, I got it. Let me. Yeah. Let's see. I've worked with Chris a couple of times, and he was in the. Okay, so last I worked with Chris, he actually had dinner. I was supposed to have dinner with him the other night because he was the sidekick to Xander Berkeley at a dinner, but I ended up not being able to go to it. So Chris, the last thing we did together is the Ray Liotta one. So we did a 10-month stay in it was a show called Texas Rising. And Billy Paxton was the lead. He played General Sam Houston, and it was all about how Texas became Texas and how we stole Texas from Mexico by defeating Santa Anna. And he played Sam Houston. I was his sidekick, literally. And Colonel George Hockley, Texas. And so we spent 10 months in Durango, Mexico. Durango, Mexico is literally the hometown of El Chapo.
Yeah.
It's literally where the Sonora cartel is headquartered. So we would be shooting out in these vast deserts. So it's a huge Western. It's also about the Texas Rangers and all those. McDonald was one of the Texas Rangers. And it was Billy Paxton was the lead. I remember him calling me, Jeff, you're going to come down here and you're going to play George Hockley, my right-hand man. And, I told him, that's what's happening. They're not going to pay you a fucking thing, I'm sure. But we're going to spend 10 months down here and we're going to have a good time. And so that's what's happening. And
that's a great impression.
Yeah, pretty good, Billy.
Yeah.
We love him.
Oh, it's great.
I have a good ear for dialect. So I did do that, and I made him buy me steaks and drinks every night just because it was such a hell. But so we're down there. So it's me, it's Paxton, it's me, it's Jeffrey Dean Morgan, it's Ray Liotta, it's Chris McDonald, it's Brendan Fraser,
who is one of the best actors of all time.
Said dryly.
He is. You ever see Skull Ties?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Is that George of the Jungle?
Here's the greatest actor of all time who was in it, actually. Crispin Glover.
Oh my God, he's great.
Oh my God, we're gonna take this from Mexico. Oh my God, they have a lot of big weapons. John Sheck, remember him from that thing that you do?
Yeah.
God, he's fucking pretty. He's just a good looking dude. And who else was it? Oh, Chad Michael Murray, the guy from One Tree Hill.
Yeah, we can move on from him.
Really, really mean, but true.
You're both meanies.
Okay, so I have two more questions for you.
Yes, go.
Okay.
You guys are delightful.
Question number one.
Yes.
Rumor has it that you're best friends with Alan Ruck. And,
yes, I am. Well, I would say we're best friends, but we're very good friends.
Oh, okay.
We've known each other a long time, and I would say we're really good actor friends, and he's been very supportive. I just signed with his agent recently, so that was generated a bit by him. Yeah, I love Alan, and that guy is kind of a tribute to him in a ways. We were doing NCIS together, and we both decided that we needed to write a book together called "No, I'm the Other Guy."
Yeah. Well, because we were wondering if you could recommend Reza Riffs to him when we asked him.
Sure.
Yeah, excellent. Because we were gonna.
If you reach out to him, and you're probably gonna reach out to Jeff Witches, who his agent.
Yeah.
Just tell him, and he's my agent as well. So yeah, just tell him. Yeah, say you go and do this. I just did this podcast. Jeffrey was on it, and but he's he's super busy right now.
Yeah.
Succession has definitely changed his trajectory. And he's down in New Orleans right now shooting a movie. So
Awesome. As long as we can have your recommendation, because I'm a huge Alan Ruck fan.
Feel free to drop my name all you like.
All right.
That and $7.25 may get you a latte, but that's okay.
All right. Well, I'll Venmo you the $7.
25 cents, Keith. Don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
Can you right now legally talk about Section 8 or not really?
Sure I can. Section 8. Okay. So I wouldn't be able to tell you. I literally, not for legal reasons, I would literally never be able to actually tell you anything that would be outside of an NDA because I have no fucking idea what it is.
Oh, okay.
No, literally. I literally got a call. How did that work? I'm literally at my kid's baseball game on St. John Bosco's, that field.
All right.
I get this call, and it's a text from Dermot Mulroney.
Who I love. He's supposed to do this soon.
Oh, yeah. You could drop my name with him, too. He's one of my best friends as well.
Yeah, he told his agent he'll do it when he's done filming a movie.
Yeah, he's filming something right now. So, yeah, and actually, you can – my name with him will go even further than with Alan.
Okay, cool.
We're tight. We're really tight. So, obviously from
I love Dermot.
Yeah, me too. So that's how that movie came about. I literally got a call, a text from him. He goes, "What do you do?" It was a Saturday baseball game, and he said, "What are you doing on Monday?" I go, "I don't know. What I usually do. I have some voiceover stuff to do." Blah blah blah. He goes, "Okay, so you're going to be in this movie with me called Section 8." I go, "I am? Yeah, you're going to play like this asshole senator that I deal with through the movie." And they had this other guy, and I just wasn't digging his vibe. So I told them that they're hiring you. So
that's awesome. He got you some work.
Exactly. So they're going to call you. They're going to call you. I got to have them call my manager, and I'll see you on Monday. So I said, okay, great. So I show up on Monday. We hang out all day. We smoke some vape in his dressing room. That vape. And to this day, I've never received a script. I have no idea what this movie's about. I literally no idea what this movie's about. I play a senator, and so I do my first bit of shooting. I do it. I get fucking blown away. I mean, squibs, everything, blood everywhere. Guy pulling me out of car. I'm crawling. I'm begging for my life, and get just massacred by, I guess, Section 8, whatever that means. And some actor, some Australian kid who has a decent American accent. Still don't know his name.
Jack Michael Murphy.
No. Looked a little bit like so he's blowing me away. And then, so I work that day. And then the British guy's directing it. Some British guy. And we do all this stuff. And we do all this. So then I guess the production, it was that. And then I knew Lundgren was in it. I knew Bruce Willis was in it. And I knew Dermot was in it, obviously, and I knew Rourke was in it. So Mickey was in it as well. So then it shuts down for a while because one of the Australian Chad Michael Murray guy, he got COVID. Right?
Oh my God.
So it shut down for a little bit. So then, and then they didn't pay me for a while. So that became a sticking point. So then they call back up and say, okay, well, we got to shoot this a couple more scenes with you. And so I had to go down to the desert to Palm Springs to shoot it. And so I arrive on set there, still have never read a script.
Right.
I don't know what this movie's. So I'm not under NDA because I literally don't know what it's about. And so this guy comes up to me, we're in the trailer, we're all masked up. And he goes, okay, so I know the script said this and blah, 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 blah about the scene of this. And I go, dude, I've never gotten a script. So I don't know what you're talking about. And so, well, we shifted the location, so it's no longer in your office, dude. I still have no idea what you're talking about. I go. So we decided to make it like a political fundraiser rally where you're coming to make money and you're giving a speech about this or that or this and that, and we put it in this beautiful setting. It was on this little pond and stuff. And I said again. So I don't suppose that the speech I'm making is in a script. And they said, no, we thought, you're a wonderful actor. We've seen you do things. We thought that maybe you could just, improv a speech rally and blah, blah. Okay, yeah, I'm from the actor studio. That won't be a problem. I do have one question. Never mind. He has a red tie. I didn't know this.
Yeah.
He had a red tie. First of all, I get down there at like 1:00 in the morning because they couldn't figure out what time they were shooting. And then I get there at 1:00 in the morning and I still haven't been paid for the first time. So I said, I'm not coming to set until the money is deposited into my account from the first time. So I sat there and then I get there at 1:00 in the morning to this, one of those like some Desert Springs, like casino or something, like one of those casino, like the one with the bowling alley. And they don't have a room ready for me. It's 1:00 in the morning.
Right.
And they want me to come shoot at like 8 in the morning.
Right.
And so I said, well, first of all, I sat there for like an hour for them to figure out a room. And then I said, there's no way in fucking hell I'm going to be on your set at 8:00 in the morning.
Right.
So pushed my call to at least 10, whatever this is. Right. So then I'm back to sitting in the trailer. So I go, what? And then I go, you know what? I saw my wardrobe. He has a red tie. Okay. So I'm going to play the red tie. I'm going to make him a Republican. I basically just, took one of Trump's rally speeches and improv'd it.
Right.
Make America great again. And
it's probably one of the only good things about his presidency. He had some good speeches for you.
He wasn't a president. He was.
I know, but I'm just saying.
He did the whole thing. He only did it because he liked the rallies. He liked. He literally was a classic stand-up. He knew his bits. He knew his timing. He knew his this. He knew what to throw away. He knew that.
Why doesn't Trump go on tour and just sell out stadiums doing his one-man act?
That really is what he does. But so
it's just positive comedy, not as.
I did it. So I say, okay, yeah, don't worry, I'll come up with something. Just roll the camera. So I'll be there in a bit. And then I said to him, I said, oh, by the way, I still haven't read the script, but I do really, you guys didn't pay me. And, I got down here at 2:00 in the morning and you didn't have a room for me. Okay. So that's a really, really nice suit that this character is wearing, right? Good luck me leaving it here. That will definitely be going home.
Right.
So I got a really nice suit out of it. But so he's just about to leave the trailer. He's got the mask on. I go, wait a minute. Wait, sir, come here. I'm pretty fucking sure that you weren't the same director I worked with before. I'm pretty sure that guy was, if I recall, that guy was British.
Right.
And you are clearly Hispanic. Like, so what the fuck? He goes, oh yeah, we had some issues with him and we just, so they called me. So then we go to shoot it. And I do this thing, and first there's now some young Ukrainian girl or something that she was an extra. She got her SAG card because of me, because I said, well, okay, so if I'm going to be doing this, if he's like a Trump or these, I need to have like the eye candy behind me, like posing as my wife as the first. So I picked this girl out, and so she comes up there and she stands behind me, all with her Ukrainian accent, and it was like, so I go, make sure you just say something like, "Oh, honey," so if you talk, you get paid more, and then they have to give you your SAG card.
Right.
So I get her job. I got her upgraded, and so we go to do the scene. First of all, they didn't have a dressing room ready. So they put me in Rourke's dressing room, right? Which is about the size of California.
Right.
And it has everything in it. You would imagine that it's 1988. Everything that was happening in 1988 was still happening in this trailer. And so I'm sitting in the trailer, and we've done that speech. We've done that. We had one more scene that was a continuation, or the pre before the chase that I got shot and killed with like 2 months ago.
Right.
Right. So we have to switch locations. So I'm sitting in my dressing room in Rourke's dressing room, and suddenly I feel it moving.
The dressing room.
Yes, the dressing room. So the Teamsters didn't realize, they're probably not Teamsters, but the guys who were transpo didn't realize that I was in it. And they were supposed to move it.
That must have been scary.
Oh my God. I was like, thank God I wasn't taking a shit or something. It was like, oh my God. It's like, hello, person in here. Can you let me get out first so you don't kill me? Like this, so I get out. So then we go and move to the next location. And lo and behold, it's supposed to be the prequel, the pre-drop before we get chased and get surrounded and shot. So this is us. It's there's a shooter incident that's happening at my rally, and these like big, big Secret Service guys are hauling me and the Croatian girl off to get safely to our car to drive off. That ultimately we're going to get killed by the shooter anyway. So we start to do it, and then it dawned on me. Wait a minute. I said, director, continuity, this isn't even the same car. It's not even the same type of car. When I got pulled out of the car months ago with the British director, that was a Cadillac Escalade.
Right.
Like a tricked out Cadillac Escalade, like beautiful car. This is a Chevy Tahoe. This is not even the same. One's full size. This is medium sized. It's not even the same color. That was like deep black. This is kind of grayish black. Does anybody read? No, you don't read scripts. You don't have one, I guess. But
it sounds like a movie that's being made as it's being written.
Right. And so I go, oh man, wow. I guess Transpo brought us the wrong vehicle. So we're gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait for a couple hours to get that from San Bernardino. And I'm like, oh no, I am not waiting for 2 hours for the car to arrive. That's not going to happen. So here's what I start directing. So here's what's gonna happen. All you need to do is establish that the senator got into this car, right?
Right.
So instead of shooting it from over there, I want you to bring your DP and I want you to put him here inside the car, in the passenger seat, angled towards the back seat. The door will fly open. You'll see the Secret Service guy that you just established pushing me into the car rather than from outside.
Right.
And then there you don't have any of your problems of matching it. So let's do that. So we start to do that. And then I realized we're all about me and the Croatian Ukrainian girl. And the stunt guy who's driving the car, we all start like getting really bad headaches. And we realize that there's like a gas leak in this car. Like the exhaust coming into the car.
Right.
So I said, all right, we're doing this twice. I'm not gonna die for this movie that I've never read the script.
Right. I don't care if Dermot's my friend or not.
Oh, Dermot was pissed. He was just laughing because we were supposed to have all these scenes together. We're not on screen together for like 1 second even. I don't think.
Did Dermot text you and say, hey, Jeff, we need you to come in. Matthew's being difficult.
Dermot's like, I'm sorry, buddy. Yeah, I owe you a steak. So that's section, whatever it's called. What number is it? 24, 8, what is it?
Section 8.
Section 8.
Can't wait to see it.
Oh yeah, coming straight to video, coming to probably it'll be very big on like the Greek ferry boats, like dubbed.
You can tell all your friends, hey, I know Keith Reza at least saw it.
It's not out, is it? I don't think.
No. But when it is, I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna be like,
yeah. Well, let me know. Hit me up. Tell me that it's out.
All right, Jeff. Where can the folks at home follow and support you?
I don't know. I'm on that Geoffrey_Blake on Instagram. Jeff Blake 4, GEOFFBLAKE 4. Don't know why it's any of those things. On Twitter, I guess. I don't know. I'm not authenticated for some reason, so I guess I'm not actually me. They keep rejecting me. People try to get me like authenticated on the gram. But what happened was I got blocked on the band for like, Zuckerberg or his algorithm blocked me for a couple months because during the election, remember that debate where Trump said to the Proud Boys, stand down, but be ready, or stand ready, or whatever he said to them.
Yeah.
So I had posted in my story in the Create, I had posted like, did the president of the United States just tell a group of neo-Nazis to be ready? Did that actually just happen?
Right.
Oh, I got banned for hate speech for calling the Proud Boys neo-Nazis.
Wow.
They are.
I think neo-Nazis. Yeah.
But that to Zuckerberg, that was considered hate speech.
Right.
So they suspended me for a little while on the Instagram.
Are you on Cameo?
No, everybody tells me I'm supposed to be.
You should get on Cameo. I could get you on Cameo. I'm
all
famous enough to get on Cameo.
Hook me up, buddy.
All right, I'll hook you up.
Yeah.
I'll get you on.
Yeah, let's go talk to people and have them pay me. I know Mary Lynn does it a lot. So
I get a lot of birthday shout outs,
Yeah, that'd be fun. Hey.
Yeah. I say,
hey, it's
this is Matthew Perry giving you a birthday shout out.
Wesley from Forrest Gump giving you a real smack on your birthday. Birthday.
Well, Geoffrey, thank you so much for riffing with us, man. It was so much fun,
man. Yeah, go reach out to Dermot. Hopefully that happens. Tell him I'll leave. If he's having any trepidation, I'll come on with him. We'll do it together.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, we'll do it together.
Cool.
All right. Really good time. You guys are really cool. And I had a blast. Right.
Well, thanks for saying yes, Geoffrey.
Of course. All right. I'll see you on Cameo, and I'll see you in your Richmond show stand up, and ask Warburton if he actually kissed my wife. I'd like to know that.
All right. I'll ask him next time I see him.
I love it. He's so good. All right. He's so good. All right. Good night. Good day.
See you guys.
Good night.
Bye. All right. And that was the interview with Geoffrey Blake. Victor, did you have fun?
Yeah, man. It was a ton of fun, man. That was
It was long.
No, it wasn't that long. It was longer than what you.
Should this be a part 2?
You trying to split this up?
Should we split it up?
So you can have more episodes and have to interview less people?
No. I'm just saying this should have been a part 2. Like we should split it up. I'm cool with going through an hour and a half.
If you think it would be better for the algorithm, break it up 45, then do that. I mean, do whatever best for the podcast. If you think like, we could kick it out one episode. But I was on a podcast and we did 3.5 hours. I was like, that has to be a 2-parter. At least.
Wait, on Razor Riffs, you were on that?
No.
Oh.
Podcast. And then for YouTube, they broke it up into 4 videos.
Oh.
So it's a lot. But yeah, we were just fucking around. But this was fun, and I genuinely think Geoffrey had a good time. It was like,
it was awesome, man.
He's all like, hey, you guys are comics, right?
Yeah. He loves us. I love him. I gotta go take my COVID test now, though.
Oh, that sucks. Are you gonna do opening remarks?
Yeah, we're going to pause this and do opening remarks. All right, subscribe, rate, review to the show. We'll see you next week.
You're listening to Reza Riffs with Keith Reza and Alan Lee, right here on LA Talk Radio.